Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think I'm only gonna do it this time around because there's some interesting branches, and we branch almost immediately. But I'm gonna do build the Sky Ripper, and we're gonna grab the casing or whatever, and then we're immediately going to go for what's her face. I think that'll be the path to go with. Now, in the future, when we're dealing with all these branches, if it's like a repeated story we've already seen before, I'm probably only going to pick up the recording for the tail end when I make the decision. Just because, you know, we don't really need to see the beginning, do we? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on this one, actually, because I truly don't know. And I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Just so... Because, like... The beginning of this one's probably going to be the same as these other ones here. Like, there's probably going to be a fair amount of crossover. And if you don't mind me, rewatching those cutscenes, sure. But that could get really tedious, and I don't know what we want to do there. I really wish I could actually, skip ahead in the story or something. But anyway, let's see what happens if we do a story we've already done. Maybe he cuts out a lot of the narration.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces deep. And then, this Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Reynardo wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon. But surely, there must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the Earth? It was more than Reynardo could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Technically, we do actually have another pathway through this game that we could do, which is get the Sky Ripper and use it a lot, which could be kind of interesting. But I don't know if that'd be good.
Foot in the island, Reynardo couldn't...
Yeah, there's no way to skip that, is there?
Curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Reynardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm really curious how much, like, the prior knowledge actually helps or changes anything here.
In your gauntlet just anywhere.
Okay, so
and broke it.
We need more ore.
Right here.
And then we can get the water sword along the way. Okay, so we got shield breaker. We could switch critical chance out for... Oh, that's spell damage. That's not really helpful. Energy on kill, physical resistance. So there aren't actually that many gems. The energy on kill could actually be really handy. But for the time being, I'm going to stick with what I got. The critical chance should be really good, and the attack speed should be amazing. Combo that with, my growing skill levels, and I think we'll have a pretty easy run of it. I think.
These things could really use a hand.
It does seem like he's got a ton of unique dialogue, specifically for all of these, things. Wonderful. Nope. I'm just out of range. Cool. I was like, I hope they don't, like, just turn around and hit me. And they didn't. Which makes life a lot easier. Okay. Grab you. Toss him into him. Kill him. Grab him. Never mind. Grab one of these guys. Okay. Toss there, and execute. Oh, it's such a good setup. I actually did not think I'd be using the grab nearly as much as I do, but...
That had been his mistake before. Thinking he could win a battle of wills with an ancient evil all by himself. He had to be cleverer than that. Or braver. Or... something.
Is there nothing else here? Huh, weird. Maybe that platform actually brings me elsewhere. Yeah, like, so, you can tell when the dialogue's changed because you've got the little stone thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's changed.
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
Huh. I guess it was just bugged earlier. Alright. Well, we've already read this scroll, right? Yeah. I wonder how many scrolls there are. I kind of wish it would give me a little count saying, you know, you have this much. I wonder if these almost become shortcuts instead of secret areas. Kind of feels like it. But yeah, the enemy, like, composition has changed drastically since the last time we were through here, which is kind of neat. I love the grabbing enemies situation there.
Had he lost this one in a card game? Welcome back, he thought.
Okay, I don't know if I opened this one or not. God, I don't remember. I'll check in a second, but I don't remember if I've been through here or not. No, that's the way to progress, so let's go the other way around. Because this leads me over here, which has... what exactly? I have no idea. I'm not trying really hard to, like, see new things and... oh. Go to new places. Weird. All roads lead to Rome. That's actually kind of really disappointing. I was expecting some, at least, some new... ow. Holy shit, yeah, getting hit by these eye dicks are not nice, and we're dead. Damn.
Time to die, he thought. And it was.
Okay, don't get spotted. Should be obvious, right? Not always. Alright, this is easier than I give it credit for. I just have to not be impatient. Or I need to be really impatient and also super aggressive. We'll see. You know, this is a hell of a lot easier when I follow them around behind. There we go. Well, nice thing is, since I've done all of this before, I more or less have a perfect idea of how to do these levels. This is kind of adorable, honestly. Like, the chuck people route is kind of nonsensically powerful. Because it disables two of them and then you just insta-give them. I like it.
Ah, a puzzle. Reynardo loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Interesting, that only rotates this one. We'll check out the puzzle. There's a teleportation thing, but maybe the puzzle leads me to the more interesting loot. I don't know, we just haven't been this way before. Hence my general passing interest in it. The answer looks like no. I guess we want to go this way. Gotcha! Admittedly, my need for ore at this point
Mother wasn't watching.
has dropped off substantially. Alright, let's go back the other way, or we just decide we don't care. I think I'm going to decide I don't care. We're just going to keep making progress here. We're having a pretty good run of it. Okay, so one skill point available. So if you get extra health, that might not be a bad idea. Dodge through enemies, which would be nice, just because stunning dash would be incredibly useful. See, hookshot speed. Ultimate sword fu, maybe. Storm recovery. Recover from being hit almost instantly and the attacker is knocked down. Let's go with that one. That actually sounds really useful. Okay, so we get the armature.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. she would find him.
Alright, we're gonna go Zenobia this time. So, for some inexplicable reason, Reynardo chose Zenobia. Reynardo has found the arbiter of the Skipper. Without the core, it would just be an empty... Oh, Skipper, Sky Ripper, duh. Without the core, it would be just an empty, useless shell. Maybe he should go see Zenobia, who just invaded a nearby city. She was the Emperor's adopted daughter, and greatest general, but she was also his old friend. Reynardo didn't know why, but he felt the urge to go see her.
Reynardo asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero. The truth is, though, he wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because know your enemy. But it would be great to see her. Even if they faced off across sword points, as they'd done so many times at school. The world was a less interesting place without her.
Let's see, so see Zenobia. If I remember right... I don't remember if this locks me anywhere. It's hard to remember. Well, we didn't go down the door that time. There's somebody standing on a ship down that direction. Anyway, we didn't go this way, so we're going this way this time around. Yeah, I like the paths, but...
Didn't I just kill your brother?
Since we've got all these paths, we've got, you know, a fair amount to do. Well, that was fast. Then again, I've gotten really good at this whole, like, speed killing thing. There's not enough enemy variety to really force me to change my dumb, abusive tactics. Which I'm kind of appreciative of. Okay, so we've got that over there. Oh, right, that's the only way around.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he?
Yeah, the lines are still unique across the board. Find that amusing. Okay. Yeah, next time we find a sword bench, we should be able to upgrade. Unfortunately, that might not be for a while. Which sucks a bit. Boop. 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 You're mine. Never mind. Well, someday I want to grab one of these guys. Okay, whatever. Bye. God, it's gonna take a while to level up. Okay, so we don't even need this sword to be the one to open these doors. I realize, like, our base sword is only good for healing. I'm gonna go back to the void thing just because. Hey!
Would be fun to try out that one. And here was a handy workbench.
So we just got elemental resistance level 2, which we don't care about. Yeah, we still don't have enough ore to get our hands on... Wrong sword. Kinda wish we just... Oh, God damn it. Kinda wish we just automatically switch to the sword and use it. I don't see why I need to switch between. I really also do wish that the swords were unique. Like, they're not. They're the same sword with...
Couldn't be good for global warming.
They're the same sword with a different special attack, which ends up being a little bit lame. Alright, elemental resistance level 3, which we don't care about, really. Nope, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll do it just so it's not all blinky at me. That's 40% resistance to a spell, but I just don't care. It's not gonna help me at all. All right, there's that big door behind it the last time. I wonder if we can get around and get to it. Nope, that's not what we want to do. There we go.
Then he done with the core, would he?
Okay, so we're back here. We get the sewers, or we could go this way.
Ice walls only let you through if they knew you were cool.
Interesting that we had the sewers versus the not sewers this time around. Well, let's go this way, seeing as most recently we went down into the sewers. And we get attack speed, level 2. Yeah! That's probably only a 15% boost. I'm okay with it. I guess the one thing is, we know the, we know going into the sewers would grant me... going into the sewers would grant me another combat gem. Which would be nice to farm, but not nice enough for me to be interested.
Castle, thought Reynardo. All my gates are going to open with buttons, and all the levers will drop rocks at your head. Reynardo wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The Swordfu School was closed now, but he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself. Who leaves these chests everywhere? Wondered Reynardo. I should send him a thank you note.
Alright, read. Dear Zenobia, as you read this letter, you are locked in your chambers, ready to spend your last night before, well, you know. I'll not apologize. I know you are too proud to forgive me. I also know you won't resist reading through, as you are a cat. As much as I have tried to educate you like a proper toad, I swear to you. And you have to believe me that I did not plan all this when I adopted you. You have always been my special little kitten. That is why I am writing this now, weeks in advance. I know I will not have the heart to do it the night of the sacrifice. I think of you as my daughter then. If I think of you as my daughter then, I may change my mind. You must think I am selfish, and yes, I am selfish. A selfish, sad little toad that is afraid to die. But what I am doing will ultimately serve the greater good. I want the power. I want it all. And so I will keep my subjects content. Peace for eternity. Even if you hate me now, you can still respect that. You have to. It is the only way I can forgive myself for doing this to you. I will miss you for eternity. Tomorrow, try not to make a scene. Everyone will be watching. Still with love, Father. So somebody's being Oh. So he's not sacrificing her, he's just sacrificing people, and she's aware of it. And she's not happy about it. Hey! Wait, we just got the physical resistance gem, which still don't care about. Because I am a pure offense type person. Good offense.
The known known. And even some of the known unknown. But he didn't know the unknown unknowns. You dig?
Okay, grab you. Missed. That's okay. Wreck that one. Keep going. Keep just beating the shit out of them. Let's use some of our magic powers here, seeing as we have a great many, and it doesn't matter. Oh, shit. Somebody's still alive. Not for long, though. God, like, maxing out all of these makes... Like, the last mission was definitely like a super power fantasy, which I really enjoyed. But honestly, this is just about as good. Like, just maxing out all of your skills and comboing them well. I really do love just chucking enemies into each other. It's so good.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblistone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled His Majesty in. But why didn't he get the core? Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Reynardo grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia. That makes no sense. It's a trap, shouted the Emperor. I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators. If Reynardo came face to face with the Emperor, maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
Alright, this is getting good. So we could go meet the Emperor and assassinate him, but I really want to go down the Zenobia path and see if I can get the truth there. So, turn Zenobia against her father. Reynardo's irrational decision to find Zenobia after collecting the Skyripper's armature turned out to be a disaster, but maybe you could salvage the situation. He could turn Zenobia against her father. He could show her evidence of the Emperor's madness, but they would need to pay a visit to the scientists on the Nexus. He knew exactly what to say to make her listen.
What are you doing? Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious. You're lying. Under a true spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will. What kind of proof could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village, and he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly. You go on ahead. I don't want the ravens to see me.
I kind of wish I knew about the resurrected witness. Like, I
think Reynardo didn't have vertigo.
assume it's something that I should have known about. Maybe I'm like, I've done something out of order and it forgot to fill me in on that part. I don't know. Oh, either way. Oh, right. We went that way this time. This way lets me come back. So let's go this way this time around. See what kind of cool nonsense we can get into. Looks like there are several things. In fact, mostly ore, but ore is always good. We need more of that. And I can't get over there. Let's see where this goes. Back here.
He felt like Tarzan.
Oh, duh. How did I totally miss the fact that I had the right sword? Yeah, so if you got the wrong sword selected, you go up to the door. Even if you switch to the right sword, sometimes it won't actually let you open it up. That is good to know. That was interesting. It was clipping there. Whatever. It's not like I really care. Looks like I should have just taken the regular path. This is more of a shortcut. Might not be. Haven't messed around with it enough to tell.
Mysterious sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
I think next level we'll go into movement speed. I've got enough combat ability that I can start focusing on traversing, because that would make things a hell of a lot faster. Ooh. Okay, there's more to this area than meets the eye. But I just magnetized a man. Okay. Whoop! Whoop! God, this is so satisfying. What the hell was that? I don't know. Sometimes my combos get really confusing here. I did like some really warpy nonsense, and
The jewel's power. He had a feeling they were gonna be great friends.
I got Shield Breaker 3. Cool, and another note. At school we learn the gospel of the Transcendent Emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But could one man, divine as he may be, create something as intricate as time? I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom, rather than a gift. I'm convinced that on a cosmic scale, there is a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor ended chaos and started the age we live in. An age of cause and effect, of fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry upon which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation for order's companion, entropy. But, in the age of chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts, emotions can shape worlds, and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I'm merely helping the inevitable. Entropy has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. And that's the Emperor for you. Alright, we get a teleporter thing. I like these little lore scrolls. They feel good. Oh, and we're back here. Wow. I guess earlier when I did that section wrong, sort of, I didn't go down that route. I wouldn't have benefited much from it anyway. So there's no real reason to be unhappy about it. I wish I had infinite sprint outside of combat or something. Or if it, like, came back faster. Yeah, that'd actually be a really nice upgrade. Too late, obviously, but it'd be nice. This game does color really well. This game does a lot really well. Obviously, it's starting to become a little shallow. Ow, tits. What the? Okay. Grab him. Chuck. There we go. Counter throws. My best actions ever. It's pretty great, actually. I love chucking an enemy into another enemy before the enemy comes to strike at me. It feels...
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the lost gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why'd he adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No, not when there's no good answer, she said, her whiskers twitching.
Alright, so we can take the lift, but screw the lift, we're going this way. More treasure that we don't really need. It's interesting. I like this branch of the story. It's well done. The writing, the character back and forth, the voice acting, even though I believe it's just one singular voice actor the entire way through. Like, I actually really appreciate how this game's been done from, like, a narrative scale. I'm a little bit leery about playing through all 24 paths. But, I mean, reality is I'm probably not going to be recording them all.
Reynardo went to the china shop. For some reason, the owner was always nervous.
I'm probably also going to go out of my way to stream some of these paths, too. Like, the nice thing is, all I have to do is just do the paths that I haven't done for stream, and keep people interested. Can't use the workbench, but that's fine. Anything over there? The answer is no. Ow. Dumb lever. Stay away from the Brody fireballs of death. In retrospect, should probably not have done that.
Boy, did they sting if you didn't pay attention.
I may or may not have been a little hasty with these things. Okay. Yeah, the problem with doing something once before, I get really dumb about it the next time around. Alright, whatever. We're fine. And it's not like it's judging me. What the? I'm super curious how any of my attacks are currently functioning. I honestly have given up understanding combat. Like, I truly don't understand. I am murdering people? I think I murder him. I keep murdering them before they finish falling. That's great. This is amazing. I don't know if it's this sword, or, like, I've just gotten so good at, like, chaining these combos, but, like, at this point, this game's become goofy, and I love it. It means that this is only going to get easier, obviously. Okay, let's keep breaking these in the off chance that we get something from it. Alright, we're full health. It looks like we do get energy very slowly.
There was an engraving. Maximum capacity, 130 people.
How would you fit 130 people on one of these things? I guess that's the point. That's the point of the narration. I really like the narrator. It's not as interesting as Bastion's, just because the Bastion one was generally lore relevant. But from, like, a hello.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Reynardo was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels. Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing.
Let's meet her in the mountains. We are going full Zenobia on this one. So, meet Zenobia on the mountains. Reynardo has finally turned Zenobia against her adopted father, the Emperor. But the rebel base was still in grave danger due to him spilling all the rebel secrets. Whatever Zenobia was up to, he was too invested to leave her to her own devices. Maybe he should meet her on the mountains.
Why was he going to meet up with her? Wasn't it more important to rescue the Rebel Council from the almost certain Imperial attack? Why was he in this war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again? One of these days, Reynardo thought, I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
They also picked a damn good narrator for this. Like, Bastion had probably better narration. Thomas Was Alone had amazing narration. This one, also amazing. I think for Bastion, it just was written better as, like, kind of a whole thing.
Was it true? Was he on this adventure just to see Zenobia again? The Imperial heir was not an easy cat to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts. And on the other paw, trying to get a date by joining a war against your intended was, let's say, pretty optimistic. But on the back paw, thought Reynardo, yes, it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had some chat, he told himself.
How did I do that?
He was in a swirl of newly remembered knowledge. He needed to focus.
Can I open this chest yet? Guess not. There we go. We're in the middle of stab everything o'clock. Interesting, because we don't need any more of those, resources. We don't get any more. Instead, it gives me healing items and stuff. That's actually kind of a nice system. Alright. It's defenestration o'clock. Or stab o'clock. Whatever. Stay away from all of the explosions that are probably going to plague me in some short period of time. There we go. That's some interesting slow-mo. Are we not done? Oh, we're not done with combat yet.
This could be the new aerobics craze. Am I right?
Constant murder? Sure. Yeah, it really does feel like all the quips get like checked off the list. Maybe they recycle after a couple of runs, but God, I hope not. Okay, so we went that way that last time. So we could go this way, or let's go down here this time around. This game kind of breaks my my mental map of how to proceed in video games, which I actually like because it means I'm actually getting lost here, which I appreciate. Also, do I always have these like pink sparkles that come after my dodges? I don't think so. Like, I think it changes on a run-by-run basis, or maybe it's power-up based. I have no idea. Either way, it's cool. But yeah, I'm now getting, like, energy stuff, because I'm maxed out on, fire, water, and wind.
Reynardo, smash.
Yeah, no, it stays consistently referential and humorously so. I really do like this game. Are those corpses from earlier? Ow. Well, that's fine. I am almost dead. That hurt a bit. That's fine. I don't win all of these.
There were a lot of dead ravens along the side of the road. Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree.
What had Zenobia gone to get? He had a chilling feeling it was the Iblis stone.
Zenobia was level-headed.
A stone could make anyone bloodthirsty. You could tell her style from the blade work on the dead bird.
I don't say some things because I'm just kind of mesmerized by how this all happens. Ooh! Okay, looks like we found another oh wait, no, we found the secret zone earlier. It just didn't... we just couldn't go down it.
About a floating platform that simply just goes to the top?
I don't know. Like, I feel bad for going silent when I'm in combat, because obviously nothing... Well, okay, so interesting stuff is happening, but, you know, it's technically dead audio time. Okay, so we're... technically in danger? What the... It's dead audio time in terms of, like, you know, just keeping things fresh and interesting and whatnot. But sometimes I just get, like, mesmerized.
Into his wounds. He felt better already.
He rubbed the fruit into his wounds. What? Alright, whatever. I totally forgot I have a Healy sword. Wait, is my energy meter bigger than usual? It is. I wonder if I, like, scale up in some way, shape, or form. I have no idea how any of this happens. I'm totally okay with it, but not fully expected, honestly. Alright, let's go back to healing. Get across. I love the fact that I can use my magic well in combat, effectively. God, I love raven tossing. It feels so good. Oh, bye. Anybody left? No.
For littering. But these islands were short on trash cans.
Do you go here? No, we go over here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like I said, kind of breaks my idea of how progression works. So it's inconvenient, nonetheless. Eh, why do we even care? I'm full health and I mean, my energy recovers naturally. Though, honestly, I don't even care about that much. Stamina is the only resource that I'm generally, like, in trouble with, and that's only because I use it flagrantly. And constantly. Yeah, like, it'd be... We need to get the movement speed bonus between now and the future. Just because. I'm also going to take all secret routes, just because collecting the last of the ore.
Never knew where the road would take you, thought Reynardo.
Getting the last of the ore is a good idea, though after a certain point, we're not going to need to. Like, I like the whole secret path situation, but, like, except for a little bit more ore, we're almost done. So we already know about this one. Expedition down below, he knows about that. I kind of wish there was a proper follow-up on that one, honestly. Okay. Last time I was through here, I totally forgot to do that. Not that it actually made this any worse, but still. Okay. Somebody brought a whole slew of captain explosions. Which I'm not fully appreciative of. Okay. And I can't toss these guys around as much as I'd normally like to. And we're down. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, too much AoE. Makes for a sad bot. Let's try that again. Looks like we've already got that open, which is nice. Let's see if we get into combat again. Nope. Still broken. I will accept it and abuse it to the fullest that I can. Interesting though that the enemy spawns were different that time around. Okay, and what is that?
This stone was incredibly valuable. Reynardo could sense it. Also, it still had its price tag.
So we got our hands on 2 upgrades there. It will be maxed out crystal-wise too. There's nothing over there. We already got that door open. Alright, let's keep going. Shame about the whole not beating that encounter thing, but whatever. Not like it really matters. Okay. Alright.
Reynardo wondered what he should do when he found Zenobia. What could he do if she had the Iblis stone?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested in waiting here. I really hope there's, like, a good ending to this. I assume there is. Okay, so we have 1 skill point. So we've already got Storm Recovery, which is amazing. Ultimate Sword Fu and True Sword Fu would be really good. Dash Through Shield could be nice. Hookshot speed and damage is kind of okay. We could, like, max out our health. Oh, wait, no. I know what I was gonna do. The game might have just frozen. Okay, nope. It sort of froze. But yeah, now I'm a faster fox. And she's insane.
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing.
I'm gonna kill him, she said. I'm gonna kill all these ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all the eggs and tadpoles. Then I'm gonna burn down their pond. Did you go and get the Iblis stone? You see, all these ravens I killed. So much power.
Yeah. Great, Reynardo said.
You really want power from a demonic rock? You want the stone, don't you? Not really. Good. I'd rather not have to kill you. He told her he loved her. That he wouldn't let the Iblis stone take her, even if he had to die for it. Well, he planned to tell her. Now didn't seem like the right time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So he let her get in her ship and fly off.
He rushed back to the Farfarer and followed her, keeping a healthy distance.
Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead. How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He'd betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress. But she could also be a nightmare Empress.
She had to be stopped.
Damn it, I want to know the truth about Zenobia. And I feel like we're just learning another truth about the Iblis. I wonder if maybe the story will change next time around so we get a way of stopping her from getting the Iblis stone.
There were more dead ravens along his path. Some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to kill everything in her path. This wasn't Zenobia. Not as he knew her.
So I think we've gone down another Iblis on accident. Okay, so we get these. 20%. Propels their shield away like a projectile. That's kind of adorable. Anyway, swords. Can I not seriously upgrade this yet? Nah, I don't have enough ore. Need 100. Or 120 for the other one. Probably going to save for the Shadow Sword just because that's the one I use. Even though I don't use the effects, because I generally just save for healing. I've gotten a fair bit, like... I've gotten really good at the combat, in my opinion. And, I mean, obviously, I still bungle things occasionally, but,
You hadn't noticed that.
yes, you had. You know, I bungle things occasionally, but ultimately, you know, in my opinion, did we get a gem there? We did. Treasure Hunter level 3. That's not the one I wanted, but that's okay. Let's wait for the boat to come along, and Zappo. Perfect. I wonder if it more or less makes that one really easy to get, so it triggers the next event. Presumably. There we go. Keep going. I do like this level design, it's just the problem of I've been through it so many times.
His beloved was possessed by the spirit of a demon. That's what it meant to be a hero. To brave the darkness in your loved one's soul. To have faith there was still good in her. To help her out of that darkness, no matter what the cost. But what? What could he do? She'd kill him if he tried to take the Iblis stone from her.
Ah, damn, he got me before... He got me before I could get him with the Slayer combo. Oh, you're not dead yet. Why are all of these guys glowing? I have no idea. Whatever. Nope, that's not the right one. This is the right one.
Don't look down.
Okay. grab all of these things. I don't even know what's going on. Ow, fuck. Too many things. Ow. Where are they coming from? The problem is, I usually bungle things when I can't get the proper throwing combo down, or they get empowered or something. I don't know. Whatever, we're fine. So, do you have any more mana things? The answer is no. Oh yeah, we should probably check my... Yeah, my dash is now green sparkles instead of pink. Oh, it's based on my sword, isn't it? Yeah.
Met a pirate captain who used hooks to get around his ship. What was his name again?
Yeah, so your sparkles depend on your sword. Honestly, should have figured that. Okay. Oh, and we're going in for the Toad Quarters. Okay. I do really enjoy having the maximum stamina just for dodging around. Okay, let's wait for it to come back a little bit. Or say screw it, because we'll probably be fine. Anybody else? Nope. Interesting, if I got the Shield Breaker rune, I can toss people constantly. We get the... There we go. I guess here's the thing. If I ever have to worry about running out of people to toss, we just have to hookshot them, and that's the end of it. Works out well enough for me. Okay. So let's see, anything else? Nope. Cutscene time.
At the end of the trail of raven corpses was Zenobia. Her father was frantically rigging a strange apparatus wrapped around a glowing core. "Don't do it!" he shouted. "You'll hate yourself in the morning. Stay back!" she screamed in a horrible voice he'd never heard before. It froze him in his tracks. The Emperor stared at him. "Run!" he told the toad. "Or hop!" But he didn't manage to voice it, only think it. Zenobia stabbed her blade forward, and His Majesty fell dead. She began laughing hysterically. Or was she weeping? "Just walk away," she laughed at him. "I've no more use for you." There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim. He didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the ablest stone from her by force, and she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been, but he still didn't dare turn. And then, an awful laughter filled the air, and all the torches and all the ships went out, and he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything. Oh, damn it. He lost again, and died. But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
New story completed. Story number 8. Missing ingredient. What kind of hero are you? A hero who believes there's always good left in a corrupted friend. Level up! Yay! There's all the secrets. So, we also learned a new truth. Zenobia still has feelings for Reynardo. We learned that in the first run-through, but whatever. And there we go. All we have left is figure out how the hell we do this one. I don't know. Well, whatever. We've also got, like, 20 stories left to do that are just branches on what we already did, which I kind of want to do anyway. I kind of wish you could, like, rewatch the cutscenes or something, but doesn't matter. I enjoy playing this game enough, and hopefully Stream will enjoy playing it too. Or watching me play it too. I'm just not entirely sure if I want to get this many episodes out. We'll see.
He knew enough now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose.
Well, we don't need to hear that again, because it just loops in and there's no more, like, new dialogue. So I guess next path might or might not be the end. Wait, we should probably listen to this, just in case.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
So we got a number of paths here, but that key obviously is showing us where we need to go. But we will be doing that on the next story. So I'll see you guys on the next episode of Stories Path of Destinies. And as always, thanks for watching.